Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade, Twin Cities by Night. Homecoming is our second story arc that takes place in the spring of 2010 and in Twin Cities, Minnesota. Follow the story of Ophelia, a Toreador played by Alex, Jonathan, a Ventrue played by David, Katao, a Gangrel played by Joaquin, and William, a Ventrue played by Slavic, as they once again find themselves working together to find out who or what is targeting them and those close to them. If you'd like to contact us, you can reach out to us on Twitter at twin_cities_VTM or on Facebook at Twin Cities by Night. We hope you enjoy.
So you guys roll up to the parking lot of the Twin Cities Mental Health Specialist. It's eerily empty. There's about 5-6 cars. But for the most part, it's empty because it looks like this place could hold like 50 or a good amount of cars. Sleet rain now is coming down even heavier. You see, I told you about how there was like nice green grass that was like a hill that goes from the parking lot and to the facility itself, which is modern architecture with like a lot of glass, fancy like that. You can see the third floor, but the third floor windows are all blacked out for obvious reasons. If there are windows, there's a sidewalk that goes from the parking lot that leads up the hill to the entrance. Ophelia and Jonathan are rather familiar with this. Katao and William haven't seen this yet. There's little areas like promenades where people looks like can sit, or workers who work there can have a cigarette or whatnot. But basically the gist of it is that this is a modern facility that was made with a modern chic look to obviously promote comfort and relaxation for the people who go there. But with the overcast rain and what you guys know or don't know that you're walking into, you can't help but feel like it's a facade, that maybe it's like a face of a monster that you're coming to confront. So you guys walk slowly up the sidewalk as the rain cascades down upon you, obviously with the weapons that you guys have, not trying to hide them. But you do remember, though, that one line that says is that don't worry because no one's going to notice that you're there. No one will see you, nor will anyone know. You guys kind of figured that out too, because as you walk up to the doors,
well, I'm gonna go in with like a long jacket, not a trench coat, but you know, one of the big jackets.
Yeah, like the middle, like a navy peacoat kind of jacket, like the hip ones or whatever they have.
Stuff some road flares in the pockets on one of them from the trunk of my car. Get my Glock and maybe an extra Desert Eagle in my back of my belt within the jacket, so it's visible.
And are you guys just carrying what everyone else carrying with what they have, or are you trying to conceal it at all? We really can't conceal an AR.
No, I'm not going to even try.
No, I'm just carrying it.
Okay. All right. Just have it slinged over. All right. So as you guys go to the double glass doors, and it's all glass, but there's 2 double doors, and where you guys kind of saw there was a desk to the left right away where there's just sat like a security guard. You kind of notice the desk is empty. It looks like there's like a magazine that was open and being read. You even see like a steaming cup of coffee that was sitting there, but you don't see anyone sitting there. And the door is actually propped open with the door jamb for you guys to enter. As you can see through the door, you see the front desk receptionist area that you saw. You see like that there's no one there, and you see that the elevator door is open behind it and just staying open. And you hear
the lights on?
Ding. Yeah, the lights are on, and you just hear the ding, like when an elevator door stays open for too long. You just hear it go ding, 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 very gently in the back there.
I'm going to look at the desk and look at the security cameras. I'm going to walk behind the desk. I'm looking
the front
at where
entrance desk.
Right, where the security guards would sit, where they would monitor the security cameras and whatnot.
So there's actually 2 desks, right? The one that's immediately in the door to the left is just one where someone sits, you know what I mean, for a presence, and the one with the cameras and everything like that is the desk that were also receptionists at, because you guys remember this was a receptionist, like another security guard that sat there. So you walk around there. You guys, I don't know if you go with, but you can hear Jonathan's footsteps echo. You guys can hear like the rain, the wetness from dripping from your coat or from your hair kind of splat the ground a little bit of this really nice black, highly sheen floor. Jonathan walks around It's almost like eerie sense because you're like, fuck, it feels like a ghost town in here, you know? Jonathan walks around to the camera and looks. You see cameras, Jonathan, you see for the first and second floor, but the camera that's labeled like third floor, the screens are out black. You can look in the other two, and you don't see anyone. You don't see any movement or anything like that.
Is this the desk that's got the hot coffee at?
No, that one was the one that was right at the entrance. And that desk is kind of a strong term, but it's like almost like a school desk in size, where they just kind of a guard sitting there if he doesn't want to stand up. Usually they stand by the door there. Am I making sense there to you guys? So you keep hearing the ding, ding, ding of that elevator door that's open next to the back to the front desk there.
Can we take the stairs?
I'm good with the stairs. Let's take the stairs.
Stairs.
All right. As you guys walk past like the elevator, you walk past, there's like a soda machine there for people to order, and then you see like the symbol for stairs, and it has like one of the bars that you got to push to open it up.
Mm-hmm.
You push the bar door open to open it up. You walk up the stairs. It's 3 flights. You can even hear, the echo. You can hear the rattle of the ARs as you have them slung around your shoulder there. You get to the 3rd floor door, and you see normally, Jonathan, you recognize this. The others maybe not so much, but it looks like almost like where someone had to put in a pin or something like that to enter the door. But you see that the door is propped open. And when you go through the door or see through the door, you see it's like a lobby area of the 3rd floor where there's some couches and everything like that. There's like some plants, a magazine stand, and then you see there's like another double glass door entrance, but you can't really make it out until you go into the room. You know what I mean? You can see like you're going through the door, and you can see like the corner of that far end where there'd be doors to actually go into the 3rd floor.
Hey,
Yes.
Special K, why don't you go ahead of us?
Just shoot the glare, just like with the rifle, just step forward slowly.
As you step forward slowly, Katal, you start hearing like what sounds like older music. And when I say older, I don't mean like classical or anything, or I don't even mean classic rock. I mean what like the 40s, but it's not like the upbeat, like do the scoop, do like anything like that. But it's like definitely more of a somber sounding music that's being played through. You notice that the lobby in itself, that's probably like 30 feet by 30 feet, is brightly lit. But as you look through the glass doors, you see like you're kind of taken aback because it seems dimmer, but like you see it looks like there might be like a little gathering going on, and it's like you're looking at like different people. They're kind of dressed in the fashion sense of like the 40s. You see there's a lot of flowers in there, and you kind of like are a little perplexed by that. And yeah, there's about 20 people there. You see like they seem to be like holding like champagne glasses a little bit. They're not like, it's not a crazy party though, but there's a couple of people are dancing. You look through the crowd and you see a group of 4. Like you see, like you're looking and you see like a kind of like the people talking, dancing a little bit, and you're looking through and you're like, what the fuck? Because this does not. You can see the area around that. The area that this is taking place in is obviously some kind of medical, you know what I mean, ward, for lack of a better term. You got the linoleum floor, you got like the hallway where there's like rooms, numbers, you know what I mean. But then when you see all this gathering is like in the center area, which is probably like 30 feet after you walk in, where there's like a desk where like maybe orderlies would work at. And there's like an area where like there's a TV, you know what I mean? And people can sit and lounge and watch or play games. But you see like it looks like all the tables were kind of like spread out so people could have room to socialize. But as you're looking through this human movement as it goes forward, you catch that there's like 4 of the plastic chairs that you usually would think you see in that area. And you see 4 individuals sitting in there. You see one you recognize right away as Star. She's sitting there. She's kind of dressed in like the fashion sense of the 40s. You see Kimberly. She's sitting there. You see one guy you recognize, the balder white guy with glasses. And then you see kind of like this like heavier set, lack of a better term, like he has low IQ guy that has like a tattoo, travel tattoo on the side of his head. You recognize those 3 from the incident at your apartment, but you also recognize them as the ones that were scared from what your dog told, you know what I mean, communicated with you. But you don't see Christopher there at all. And as you sit there and you're looking and you see the people going around, there's a weird odd moment where the people part and move like all at the same time. And you can see like Kimberly is looking straight at you while you're there. And you see her and Jenna both get up and they slowly start walking, start walking arm in arm towards the double doors, not in a threatening manner. You know what I mean? And you see people are dancing. You actually see Kim kind of like turn around and look at one and hug one and kind of like kiss her on the forehead. But she's dressed so now she's not, before she was very chiseled, meaning charcoal suits. You know what I mean? The straight wooden demeanor. But here she seems almost like more alive, more livid, but almost in like you get the sense of like a mournful sense when you see this Catal, like especially when she like is hugging someone or kisses, you know what I mean? When the people dressed her on the forehead, you get the sense like it's almost like out of sadness, which is weird because this is totally different than you witnessed her the only other time you saw her, which was at Elysium.
That poor guy.
Yeah, you see Catal. What would you say the group would see Catal react to what he's seeing?
You just see him, he like looking around with just hunched slightly, like just tense, and then he sees the party just they see like the gun lower, just like what? The head tilt, and just like.
So you guys are seeing you're seeing Catal's demeanor shift from threatened to confused in a way, but you don't see what he's seeing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, walk in.
Are you all three walking in?
Yeah.
Walking in, you all see this, what I described. You're impacted, Ophelia. Honestly, it's like a punch to the chest because you see this woman that you're in love with, and she's walking towards you, and you see her. Frankly, they're both beautiful, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? But especially her, more so the emotional connection you have, especially how she's dressed like in the 40s, kind of conservative, but yet, you know what I mean? Attractive, where that ladies wore back then. They come walking towards the door, and you see Dar opens the double doors. And she opens them both, and she kind of just smiles to you guys. And as the doors are open, you can hear this music, the war team. You hear people talking in the background, and you hear little talk and laughing and everything like that. And she smiles. She looks directly at you, Ophelia, and she smiles this warming smile that kind of really is what dragged you into her orbit. And they're looking, and you see Kimberly looking at all three, and she's like, "Would you guys mind coming in and talking to us and kind of enjoy the festivities that are going on here?"
So I see your puppets. I imagine that you're the puppet master there, Tina Turner.
I wouldn't call myself a puppet master, and I understand that your hesitation. I can even understand your anger, but I can just come and speak to us. And trust me, there's no reason. I understand why you feel you must come armed. I'm not going to ask you to disarm yourself, but I just asked the opportunity to show you that you don't need these. And that
I'll walk up to Sky and just give her go in for a hug.
You three see Ophelia do this, and you don't feel any hesitation or fear or anything on Star's part. And you guys can just see Kimberly kind of looking and smiling at the two while they're hugging there.
I'm going to take out my cell phone and start video recording all of this.
I don't know,
Oh, yeah.
Are you trying to hide it? Or
No, I'm not even going to try and hide it. I'm okay.
She doesn't take any offense to it at all or anything. She doesn't even seem to honestly know that. She's actually kind of, you see Kimberly's kind of happy from seeing what's going on between Ophelia and Star there. And you see Kimberly kind of turns around and she kind of beckons if you would come with it. And you see the group parse, and there's some seats for you guys to sit.
I'm quite comfortable standing. So why don't you start talking before I start stepping?
And I can understand, but Jonathan, I know you want him, and I'm going to give him to you when this is all done, but I just ask you to sit and talk to me.
Give me who?
Who you've been wanting, Jonathan.
Oh.
That's a little creepy.
Yes.
Well, he did you harm, and he did something of yours harm. It would be my gift to you if you simply come and exchange words with me.
So out with it. What the fuck is this all about?
She turns around and starts walking back towards the group, and she kind of motions towards you guys. As you can see, she's
follow. I don't know what to feel right now. I am, I'm just lost.
Right now, William, you feel an odd sense of comfort.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You feel an overly an alien feeling of mourning, but of celebration. You feel not alone. And you've been feeling very alone for the last few hours. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like if you're bipolar. You went from feeling the worst of alones to I'm a part of something right now. You guys follow. If you follow, she starts walking back. Star grabs your hand, Ophelia, and kind of guides you back over there.
Can I spend a point of willpower or something? Just kind of put up the walls. Harden myself. to the whole thing. He's
yeah. I mean, and we can even have you do a roll. You know what I mean? And then you can spend a willpower point. We can say, like, let's do a manipulation and subterfuge. That sound good to you?
All right.
And difficulty, I'll give you difficulty 6.
All right, and I've got 4 successes plus the willpower, so 5 successes.
You guys, for what it's worth, that are walking with Jonathan, you kind of just see like Jonathan's wittiness and his need of like seeming like he's in control doesn't seem to be his focus right now. You just see his like demeanor, like just is just like introverted at the moment. You know what I mean? Like he does not want to say shit. He does not want to. He's trying to. You don't know he's trying, but you know what I mean? It's like this is not the Jonathan that you know. Am I correct in that?
Yeah. Right now, I'm just trying to. He's playing his cards close to his hand, and he's trying very hard not to allow all of this to distract him from what's going on. So he's definitely like eagle-eyed on everything, but trying to hide it at the same time.
I think I'll make myself comfortable. Yeah, I'll just, sit there and just roll my arms.
We're not quite there yet, but yes, definitely we'll do it. But as you guys are making it towards the chairs, you notice that a couple times Kimberly will like randomly like kiss someone on the cheek or hug someone, and she even like turns around and she says, "This just makes me remember better times." And she just kind of, and you notice there's like a lot. You smell the smell of like flowers. You know what I mean? And you look at it's almost like they're kind of set in an odd way. Like it's a weird celebration, like a funeral arrangement or a wake or something to that extent. She goes and sits down back at the chair she's sitting in. Star sits down, and the chairs you notice are kind of like in a circular, and obviously those 4 at the end. Star has you like tries to like get you to sit to her right. It goes so it's like Star, Kimberly, Brendan, and this other guy whose name you don't know who's kind of sitting there, and she's trying to get Ophelia. Star's trying to get Ophelia to sit to her right.
I'll just go sit. I'm just happy to be around here at the moment after not knowing what was happening for so long. My guard's down, I guess.
I'm sitting down with my rifle just like across my lap, just like looking around, just like I don't know how to respond to this.
And William, go ahead and say how you were sitting down. So are you like kicking back in your chair? Is that what you're doing or what?
Yeah, just, put my hands on the back of my head and close my eyes, smile, maybe even a little bit.
And definitely I'd say Katal and the fuck. You know what I mean? Like one obviously is comfortable for one reason, one obviously comfortable for the other. And I would say you two are obvious. Are you sitting down, Jonathan, or are you still standing?
I'm gonna do the Riker sit down, and I'm gonna have one hand in my jacket pocket, thumbing the road flares.
Okay, so she sits there and she's like, listen, the first thing I have to apologize for is Christopher. I know he's caused great harm, did some horrible things, but you have to understand my rationale, why I did that. The reason that I embraced him and these 3 over, and the reason I played the part of the Scourge, and the reason that I did all that is for your 4 sakes, the sake of you 4, and the impact that you're having on these cities, and the impact that you will have on these cities. It's because of you 4 that I awoke from my slumber when I've been asleep for the last 60 years, if not more, and it was you 4 who woke me.
Okay, how did I do that, Tina?
You guys did it by your actions, what you found out, both with his mother and his sister. And I understand that in Philip's mother and sister there, you shook things. You caused the ocean to ripple. And when you hear that, William, you're like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, the fucking ocean, you caused a ripple in the ocean. And I felt that it was to get what I want and to have justice done and to have the balance restored, I had to bring out the best in all of you. And sometimes the best in everyone is brought up by being tested, by challenges. And I embraced Christopher because he reminded me a lot of Philip. And I thought that if I could have someone with this group of 4, they could bring out the best in you 4. And I thought, what better way to prepare you than to have someone like him? But just like Philip, he was unpredictable. And soon, behind my back, he took control of these 4, and he did things in the manner in which I did not want them done. And I want to apologize for that because that was not my intent. And I realized, and the reason I did this And the reason I'm doing this is because I didn't want to go out of hand anymore. And I felt it was distracting you all from what I wanted you to learn. Yeah, I want your eyes to be opened. Do you understand? This is what I want from you guys. I don't want pain, but I want you simply to realize your potential.
Can I just interject?
Go ahead.
You sound a lot like some people we dealt with 6 months ago, seeing our eyes will be open.
Them? I don't deal with those. No, I don't deal with Bahari like that. I'm not one to worship Lilith and cause myself pain.
What?
The Bahari. They are the people that you dealt with there, the worshippers of Lilith. I don't deal with such things, and that's frankly prattled by people
just what you see
searching for an answer. They are different than me, where I simply said challenges that you would face in life. They are about pain and physical hurt, and I'm beyond such things. That is just simply of the mortal coil, and we're beyond the mortal coil. You all four are beyond the mortal coil. You guys are growing in power. Don't you realize that Philip is the type that is threatened by power? And I feel that the only way to change things is by you four.
And why did you feel the need to stake that fool out in the sun?
He was my child. I embraced him for that purpose. He understood the sacrifice he made, and it's the guilt that I deal with. But I have to give part of myself, my pound of flesh, to make things happen, and that's what I did.
Why'd you have Bugs killed?
I didn't have Bugs killed. That was all done by Christopher on his own. And out of fear and intimidation, Philip did what he normally does.
Which is what?
He intimidates people into doing what they want to do. When I embraced Philip, you have to understand that he took his own control.
You embraced Philip. Philip's a Fintrue, not a Malkavian.
What are you talking about? Christopher's a Malkavian.
Oh, you said Philip.
I'm in characters. I'm in characters saying that.
Oh.
Well, I meant Christopher. They're so easy to mix up. And they're similar in nature. I apologize for that. But yes, Christopher. He does what Christopher does. But don't worry. He'll be in your hands here soon.
Where is he? I
tried to do the right thing in 1945. I tried to let people know, but I felt like I cowered and I hid and I went to sleep.
You mean during the boss raid?
Yes. It was unjust what happened.
Was there something behind it?
I don't know. I have my suspicions, but I definitely know that Christopher got into power from doing things that today made.
Got into power.
Christopher.
No. Philip's the one's in charge. Christopher's that dirtbag right over there that I'm going to set on fire.
Christopher. Oh, I apologize. I'm sorry. It seems you can see that Star's kind of looking like concerned, and the other two are looking at Kimberly like a little concerned, and she kind of just rubs her eyebrows there a little bit.
Let's get the brass taxes here, Tina. What do you have against Philip?
He's evil. He caused me pain. He caused others pain.
He caused you pain. What did he do to you?
And you see her just kind of look away. You're not ready for this. If I tell you everything right now, he's going to destroy you if he finds out.
You owe us.
You told us all our questions would be answered if we came here.
Yeah, you told me.
And you threatened.
And because of you.
Told you what?
Oh, shit. Oh. Awkward. Did you hear that, William? Yeah.
He's like, he threatened you, or I can't even remember what I said, and then he mentioned that it was like a sharp pause, like, whoa.
He destroyed his sire. And she stands up and she kind of like steps up behind the chair and she's like holding on to the chair. She's looking down and talking to you guys. I need William, Katao, and Jonathan to give me a perception alertness roll, difficulty 7.
I got 0.
Yeah, I got 0 as well.
I have 2 successes.
As you're standing there, you guys are all talking, and Jonathan, you noticed a figure walking slowly behind Kimberly. The figure is, as you're like, what the fuck is this? Is naked, but he's a male, very pale, very toned, has dirty blonde hair that probably goes down to the middle of his neck. And you're like, wait a sec, I recognize this motherfucker. And you usually see him with glasses on, but he's the Malkavian Primogen that you just happen to see one, like maybe a handful of times in your, you know what I mean? In your life. And you see him coming behind, and as you're looking at him right now, right? And then you look at, as you got eye contact, you see Dar. She's like, you're getting the impression that she's like looking at you too. You know what I mean? Like you're looking and you look and you see stars looking right at you, and you see her mouth the words like, "Don't do anything," as you're standing there watching. As you're sitting there, and I take it, what are you gonna do as he comes? He's probably like 5 feet behind her now, I'm going to have everyone else roll perception, alertness roll, difficulty 6.
1 success there.
3 successes.
Am I rolling
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4,
No, you're not.
5.
I'm just having others. As you guys are standing there, all of a sudden it's like, why the fuck did I notice this? You see a guy like standing behind, like a foot behind, and all of a sudden you just see him grab her and he lifts her up, like, and you can almost like when you guys see Kimberly's face. And you saw like what she did to the door, obviously, right? And every time, for those of you, William, who have had interacted with her in close proximity, obviously sensed strength from her. But you see she's almost getting lifted up by him. And she has this look of peace and tranquility on her face. And almost like a small set of a smile as it happens. And you see that he latches himself to her neck. And as that happens, you see the other 3 that are with her, like, stick their hands out to you guys, like, stop, like, don't interfere. They're, like, almost trying to plead with you guys just to let whatever is happening happens. Real quick before I continue on, I'm just going to ask, what do you guys do at this point?
By this point, he just leaps out of his chair, like, what's going on? What are you doing? What? Just, like, because he's in his head, like, he's almost like a repeat of what happened with Bugs.
Yeah, I think I'll do what I wanted to do this whole time and slowly spend 4 blood points and pool them all into strength, so I have strength 6.
Okay, you can do that. Now, and again, and before the other 2 continue on, I want to reiterate that the group, that the 3 there are trying to, you get the sense that they're trying to give across the vibe that that this shouldn't be interfered with. You don't, it's not threatening towards you. It's more an intimate act that's going on between these 2. That's the feel you get. But I understand the reaction, obviously, Fucking, this isn't shit that you see all the time. You know what I mean? But yes. What about you, Jonathan and Ophelia?
Jonathan? I'm squeezing Star's hand.
She's squeezing yours. Like a reassurance.
Out comes the road flare. And I'm going to pull it and light it and hold it out as like a shield to keep everybody at arm's length from me.
First, we are going to have the scene that was continuing on with here, okay? So he pulls her back, and you see her like she's almost coming, like he's standing behind her, and as he lifts her up, her body's going parallel, and he's holding her there. He's latching on, and you guys are like, before I'll even say before, like the flares, you know what I mean? Like you're getting it out, but you're seeing this as it happens. And you just see, like, you sense that he's drinking from her, but as you're watching her body, you're seeing her normally grayish skin seems to grow almost transparent, and you see the veins seems to be coming out before that you didn't notice, and you see almost as if she seems to be drying up, and you get this sense, you feel this on the top of your skin, like this sense of electricity in a way, and you see that like her body keeps almost like getting absorbed more, and you get the sense of energy from him. Until at one very moment, her eyes open, and William, she's looking straight at you, and she smiles, and then fucking she just dissipates into dust. And as you're standing there, you see like this dust kind of comes across as like a cloud as he's standing there naked, and you see all of a sudden like Jonathan's like.
I'll grab the nearest Malkavian, with my 6 strength, and just start screaming at them. What the fuck just happened? What the fuck?
Yeah. As you're screaming,
crushing his bones.
Yeah, Jonathan, you have this flare lit. Everyone, give me a courage roll. Difficulty 6, I would say, because it's not like fire. You know what I mean?
Okay.
1.
Oh, I fail completely. I botch, I think.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you botch, yeah.
I'm going to spend my 3rd willpower point for the game. Because I'm using this to protect myself. I'm definitely like, nobody's getting close to me. No one's putting their hands on me.
As you guys are standing there, you see Catal's just like, he's just like, what the fuck? You just see like, you're like, holy shit. This is like worse than Frenzy. You see him like, he looks at everyone like out of fear, and you see him just all of a sudden takes off, starts running, and you just see him runs straight through, and he jumps through like this. It's normally like one of those windows that they have in a place like this that has like the meshing, you know what I mean, under the window, and he just like straight up just cannonballs through that son of a bitch in a Vitae infused that he's just blowing blood, and just like go, and it doesn't even shatter, but it's just like leaves this hole, and then
takes the whole window with it.
Yeah. And and goes through. After all that happens, you see Aaron standing there. And you all recognize him at this moment. And he just says, stop. And you just see him like put his hands out. And you kind of get this sense of like, sweet, so one success. So one person, geez. He's standing there and he just goes, stop. And he kind of like puts his hands out and a sense of like, no, well, he was directed towards you at first because obviously the fire and he doesn't want shit to go. You know what I mean? He's just like, relax, calm down, listen to me. It all serves a purpose. But you're under the influence of awe now. Now you can spend I think it's a willpower point
per turn.
Become over the expense, but every turn, which is like 3 seconds, right? So relax you, Dave, but make you listen to him, you know? It's okay. I understand. Simply just please put that down, put that out. You see him go, and you see him walk like 10 feet, and you see his clothes are neatly folded, like he was sitting there, like folding his clothes, knew that this was going to happen. So you see him slowly getting dressed, and the guy that you're squeezing, William, like sitting there, you know what I mean, is the bigger lug of a guy. And he's just you see him sitting there, and he's just crying a little bit. He has like tears. He's like, what the fuck? Like you're getting the sense that this guy's more like a child, you know? Yeah. As he's like, can you please let me go?
Just let him go and just start talking right now at the prediction, dude.
And he's coming up, and he has this older smoking jacket that he wears, like a corduroy jacket with the elbows. He has like a polo shirt on underneath, some jeans, has some cowboy boots under him, and he comes and he takes the chair, and he sits down in the chair, and he sits down, and he looks at all you. And what you saw there, that's what Kimberly wanted. She wanted me to do this. This was all a celebration of her life. And you see he's motioning around, and all of a sudden you see like the people who are sitting there like talking, they're like looking at themselves, looking at their clothes, like they're dressed in. You see them like, what the fuck? And you see them just kind of like, they wander off, and the music stops, and they like start going in their rooms. You hear a door close, and you're just like, what the like the party just slowly started ending like that.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just start. Oh, that's absolutely great. She wanted to do you to do this. Somehow, a fucking Malkavian elder appears in my room. The Hexa put a curse on me and start talking. I just smashed the table, you know?
It's all right. Calm down and understand that
what
this
part
all
of
happened
this
for you guys.
is all right with you?
I'm gonna
it's not all right with me.
I'm gonna take a self-control roll if it's okay with you, actually.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a self-control roll. Difficulty 6.
Okay, I passed it.
Cool.
Barely.
He's like, listen. And he takes his glasses and he cleans his glasses off with the shirt that he has on. He puts them back on again. I'm supposed to tell you, and you kind of see him stop for a second, that my clan, and on behalf of our clan, we want to help see you guys succeed. And the whole reason that Kimberly did this, the whole reason that Kimberly showed up and causing things to change in the city, to making it better and making it what it used to be. And we feel that through you guys that can be done. Obviously, you have seen me commit a crime that is punishable by blood hunt and final death. I have diablerized my sire, someone that I have not seen in 60 years. But in what I just did, I see the truth now, and I understand the truth, and understand what my goals are. I'm supposed to give you guys a gift here, and the gift is Christopher. But after this is done, after I give you him, and you guys do what you go about, and you continue on the path that you're continuing on. And with this, the secret that you saw, that I just did right here, is a good faith measure to show that we want to build trust between our clan and your coterie. She has an issue with Brentwood, and I have an issue with Brentwood, and our whole clan has an issue with Brentwood. That's why I have not sired any children and brought any children into the city. And that's why I was the lone member of my clan here until Kimberly woke up. Now I have
sired all of these crazy nutballs without permission of the prince.
That is on me to make work, and you don't need to worry about that, but I will make it work. I have material now that I can use to ensure that this is successful.
We're supposed to bring them in, or
they're not caitiffs anymore. And don't worry, the lady who was hunting them, the only reason she was able to hunt them is because she held something over Philip's head. Philip doesn't care either way. The only reason that Philip let her have that position is because he knew he'd better make her happy, or some rumors maybe started about him.
So
why did she want you to diablerize her?
Because she's tired of this life. She felt she failed. She felt she failed, and then she cowered. She didn't want what happened to you guys to happen. It wasn't meant to happen. Bugs wasn't meant to be killed. Your Ghoul is not supposed to be assaulted the way she was. Brian wasn't supposed to. He wasn't supposed to kill himself. Lives weren't supposed to be lost at all. But she feels that in a way, what she was trying to do to stop Philip, that she built another monster just like Philip.
What's the connection between Christopher and Philip?
She just decided to pick somebody that was his mirror image of his insanity.
I wouldn't even use the term insanity. I would use depravity.
Where am I by any chance?
No, but you're like in the parking lot in the rain, just standing there like, what the fuck? Like, I would say in the parking lot by the cars, you know? Like you were trying to get into the car and then now you're collecting yourself, but that's why. But she feels she failed and she feels she has no will to live anymore, to be honest with you. And I don't blame her. But we can change this. We can gain power here. Think about right now how my clan is about to sway things in the city here.
Gain power how?
We can gain power through influence, control. You guys are already starting to have your eyes open to how things are around here. We know what you guys know. Her power, and then you see his eyes open up a little bit, and he takes his glasses off and cleans again and puts them back on. And my power now, you guys can't comprehend. But I'm not like her. I prefer to be
walk around naked.
That was a moment that you couldn't understand. But I know at one point
I'm
you felt
completely okay with that. I'll just go right on and continue to not understand that shit.
Can we come to an agreement? We give you Christopher, and we help you back in any kind of influence that you need.
So wait, you want us to help a bunch of crazy Malkavians run the city?
How are they crazy? And we're not running the city. No, we don't. We're not crazy, and that's a misconception that you have. How is your love of your life? They were just simply taken advantage of by someone who showed dominance over them. But now we're about to give them to you, and we're not going to even this will be our secret. We're not going to talk about this guy to anyone. We're not going to. It's just going to be between you and I, your group and our group. You'll get the revenge you want, and then you'll have a strength of a clan to back your guys' movement. Can we agree on that? Because I'm ready to show him to you guys right now. I'm ready to give you guys to him.
Fine.
And you see him get up, and he kind of kicks the chair back from behind him, and he motions.
Yeah.
I'll see what's going on. I'll follow.
Can someone come get me or something?
Katal, but you're not gonna you know what I mean? You're not gonna get there. Are you following, Jonathan?
Yeah, I'll follow him.
So the door opens up.
I'm gonna look at Ophelia.
Ophelia, what are you doing?
I'm following in. I'm looking back at and wondering what he's looking at me for.
How can you be okay with all of this?
I didn't say I'm okay with it. I'm just seeing what unfolds.
So I suggest let's put some distressed children that are going to be screwed up for the rest of their lives out of their misery, and it's like the world's going to end. This fool just eats his sire and is making, going to give us the life of some guy in exchange that we don't tell everybody that they went off and killed a whole bunch of people, and you just want to see how it unfolds?
What choice have we got right now? You saw how strong he is. We couldn't have even taken on Kimberly. Do you think we'd stand a chance against this guy even if we did want to do something right now?
This whole situation is fucked.
So as you look through the door, whoever looks through the door, first thing you're hit is the whiff of warm scent of just musk and just smells like someone has had sex for a week in some sheets and just haven't cleaned them, but it's not an appealing smell. And as you look through, you see these fluorescent lights on. There's no furniture, but along the wall you see a figure sitting in a chair, but it's as you're looking, you realize it's not a chair, but it's people that are kneeling or laying across each other. And it's almost they're not melded together. I'm not talking about flesh crafting, which you guys have no ideas about, but it's almost like they're playing a game of Twister and they made a chair. And sitting in that chair naked is Christopher. And he's staked. And you see blood is dried. Vitae is down on his chest. And you see he's sitting back and he's his eyes are open and his greasy black hair is just kind of hanging there like a mop. And as you notice, you're seeing the chair sways a little bit. And you're like, what the fuck? And you're seeing that the people who are kneeling there and who are forming this chair are crying or whimpered or are just these starving people who've just been sitting there laying in this way so simply that this guy could sit on them like that. And you see,
are they kindred or human?
You definitely get you don't get the kindred vibe from them at all. From him, you obviously stake in the heart. You know what I mean? Eyes wide open thing.
Okay,
these others. Go ahead.
I'm just going to disregard these people. I'm just going to walk up to him, pull him up, and rip the steak out.
Well, as you guys see him rip the steak out, Adam standing there looking at this goes on. You see him, he's sitting there and his eyes open, and he looks right at you. 4, and you see this eerie like fucking smile comes across his lips.
I use Dread Gaze.
Oh shit!
And I'm going to use the extended version. The character may attempt Dread Gaze once per turn, though she may also perform it as an extended action, adding her successes in order to subjugate the target completely. Once the target loses enough dice, blah blah blah. Yeah, whatever.
Okay, so what do you need from me? Difficulty of victim's wits and courage. I'll say
charisma and intimidation. I'm rolling.
I'll say difficulty 6.
I'm going to be using a willpower roll for the first roll, and I don't know how many successes I need.
We'll do 8 for each like level of body health. You know what I mean?
I'm spending a willpower.
So that's 1.
And that's 3.
You see William come up and grab him and just like pulls the stake and grabs him by the back of his head and just stares at him. And you see all of a sudden that smirk that's on his face, like that condescending little fuck you smirk that he has. All of a sudden you just see like it goes to a flat line. And then all of a sudden you just see his eyes open up and you see him just like his mouth opens like in a dry scream. And he sits there and he falls back on the ground. William's still like holding on to his head, like looking at him, like not even letting go of his gaze. Dave, you're kind of blown away because you're like, is this like a dominate? I don't know. Because you know what I mean? Like, you're thought like you're the ship when, or Jonathan, you thought, you know what I mean? Like you're the dominate master, but yet you see William like sitting here, your venture bro, like mind fucking this dude without even saying anything.
Yep, I'm using a willpower here too. So that's 3 more successes.
And you just see him, he's staring at there. What are you 3 doing while he does this? Or you 2?
Freaking the fuck out.
Again.
What about you, Jonathan?
I'm just watching. Like,
yeah, it's
what
done.
the fuck is going on?
About 9 seconds. It took about 9 seconds.
All right, I love, by the way, Jonathan Ophelia's reaction, because I think you guys are starting to be like, this is too fucking batshit nuts. What, like everything that's going on, it's almost like I want to be like an acid trip or whatever, a bad dream, except for Tao, who's all cracked out on angel dust, trying to make his way up the stairs right now. So you see him just
angel dust.
Yeah, he's just like fucking. Right, like you're sitting there staring at him and you feel his will. Like it's almost like, William, you're looking into his eyes and you see his pupils dilating out of fear. And then you see him slowly at one point just like dim, like headlights turning off until finally like you can't even see his pupils anymore. It's just like all the color of hazel that his eyes were. It's almost like he is comatose in a way and unable to do anything, and he's just laying there.
I learned that just for you, bastard. And just drop him to the ground. He's all yours.
You see Adam walking away. Ophelia, or Star, kind of like gets her hand out of your hand a little bit, and she just kind of rubs his shoulder, and she says, "I'll find you later." And she turns around and walks off. And you 3 are staying there. Katao, as you are walking up the stairs, you're like rushing up the stairs, and you get into the lobby. You see Adam, Carter, the large one whose name you don't know, Brendan, and Star walking down the stairs. And you see Star, she kind of looks at you in the eye, and she just kind of smiles and pats your shoulder gently and then walks down the stairs. And you're like, what the fuck? You don't see the rest of your group.
So I just go like, guys, what happened? What? Where?
And they don't say anything to you. And Adam says your group is back there. As you look through the double doors, you see like it's completely like there's no music, there's no one there. You see like broken champagne glasses and flowers that seem to be dying, and you just kind of see. You look down, you see like 60 feet away, like Ophelia's back.
What happened?
Are you heading down there, or?
Yeah.
All right. So as you run or walk down there, you hear your your footsteps. Ophelia, you hear footsteps coming from behind you. Scenes on you guys. You have this guy laying there right now, comatose.
Hey, Special K, how was your trip?
What happened?
I'll start smoking a cigar.
Someone tell me what happened. What are we? Why are they leaving? What happened? What the flare? What happened?
He's all yours, kid.
What? Who? What? Oh, him.
I'm just gonna walk out of the room, and I don't want anything to do with whatever happens to this guy.
I'll hand
someone tell me what happened.
Firearm. I said it's all over. He's yours.
Oh, evil.
I'll put my hand on his shoulder and slowly slide a handgun into the palm of his hand.
That's point. Kaito just looks at her as just like, I don't think I'll need this. I hand it back to him, and then just out come the claws.
Oh, wow. Okay. What is Catal going to do with the claws?
I think it'll probably be quick, just like Mark can react at all to this, or just seeing this happen, or he just sitting there just like, ah.
He is mentally spent.
Yeah, he's spent, dude. He's like the equivalent of torpor right now, I guess. I mean, he's there, but he's barely there. You know what I mean? Like, he's in a mental fucked state right now.
Well, I guess I'll just kill him then.
So you're going to attack him with your claws?
Yep.
All right. First of all, I'm going to have you roll, though, is self-control roll, difficulty 8, because right now you're slicing and dicing into Kindred, blood's flying everywhere. How are you two reacting, Venture Bros? Ophelia's walked off while she saw these claws just come out of Catal. You never seen this before from him. You just see like his nails just kind of get longer into claws. And you see him he's looking more animalistic than he's ever been around you guys. And not in a funny, look at the dog way, but look at this fucking thing that just cannonballed through a window 3 stories up. Just running back up here, has claws coming out, and he's heading towards this thing. What are you two doing?
I'm watching with curiosity and awe.
And what about you, William?
I'm probably in the corner smoking, and I'm very of the claws and all, and I'm also thinking about everything that's happened and trying to process it all. Just sort of wide-eye. 6. Does Catal fail his self-control roll or not?
But yeah, go ahead and roll Catal. We'll talk about the ramifications.
Can I spend a willpower point on this one?
Yeah, you can go ahead. You spend a willpower point. You control the beast, but you start slicing. Are you going Wolverine Berserker Rage, or are you making it slow? And
I don't think I'm really into the full slow thing, because he's already mostly gone. I'm just gonna kill him. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes counting the willpower.
I'm not making you roll. I mean, you've got
the self-control thing.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, so for control, you're sitting there, your claws come out, and you just start mauling at his neck, I assume, just trying to get his head off. And it takes you only a couple swipes, and all of a sudden the head comes off, and you see the body just start turning to dust. And as you're standing there looking at his head, looking in his eyes, as his eyes at the last minute is just sitting there hacking at his fucking neck, and blood's fucking coming out, you're looking in his eyes. You see in his eyes that go from very pinpoint, open up in realization. You realize his pupils dilate, as if for the second before that you ended his existence, he realized, and he felt, and he saw you, and he realized what was going on. And then his body turns to dust. Okay, give me a humanity roll and conscious roll difficulty 8. And fuck you, William. Give me a conscious roll difficulty 8 too, because you're sitting there watching.
I don't have much of a conscience.
Can I have willpower on this or no?
Yeah, I botched it actually.
Oh, fuck you! Really? You lose. You lose.
Wait, bros.
Yeah.
4.
4. God, I'll let you spend a willpower. I'll say that, but
I'm so glad I left the room here.
Yeah, I'll let you spend a willpower. Go ahead if you want to. It's your call.
Yes, I do.
I'm saying,
I didn't even need it. Wow, I'm just making this.
Ophelia took off. Jonathan, you're standing what the fuck did I just see? You saw pure ferociousness coming from Catal. You see Catal when he's done there, he's standing there covered in blood, and he's just he's just standing there staring at these ashes. And you see, as you look over and you glance over at William as he's smoking a cigar, you see him taking a drag, and it seems when he exhales, you see something shifting him. And you're looking there and you're like, the fuck, dude, just happened to this motherfucker. Not anything quite visible. You just see his mannerisms for a little bit, and you're just you feel a sense of kinship even more to this guy now. You get him now. You understand him.
Or maybe now he understands me.
Yeah, and maybe now he understands you. As you guys have this moment where you look at each other and you just holy shit. And then you look back at Catal and you realize that you have a weapon motherfucking right there, standing there, that is capable of probably doing vast amounts of damage. You guys sense that there's as you guys are sitting there and starting to collect yourselves, you're realizing that more time has gone by than you actually thought had gone by during all this. And you're sitting there and you're realizing that the sun's probably going to come up in an hour or so. So you guys probably feel the sense to go about your own havens.
I'm gonna look at Kato and be like, I wasn't sure if you had it in you or not, and I'm pleasantly surprised. And the offer is always open if you ever want a job.
You know, it might just be the shock just now, but yeah, I'll take it.
John sees vampire politics and his business and his personal life, and it's all compartmentalized, right? So when we're in our coterie, we have our own social dynamic. So in our coterie, we're all we're partners. We all have an equal stake in this. So as a coterie member, we're partners. But in business life, if I'm hiring him, he's a subordinate. So we're buddies. In this particular case, within the business, it's superior, subordinate, boss, underboss kind of thing. And then there's the vampire society thing, which is entirely different, where I'm a nobody and he's a whip. So it's all on different, and it's all compartmentalized. John doesn't mix any on his dinner plate. Everything's segregated.
No food touching food.
No food touching food. Just wanted to explain that so that everybody understands, how he
that makes sense. Things. So, Ophelia, you go get back to your haven. You see Gina, the store's closed, obviously, because it's like 4 a.m. right now. You see a note on the bar like, hey, I hope you read this tonight. If I come to work and I see that's not here, I take it that you're okay, as you see that and everything. Kind of might bring a smile to your face. There's a little smiley face and a heart there. You know what I mean? That,
I'll leave a lipstick kiss on the note and put it back.
All right. You head upstairs. As you get upstairs, you turn on the light, and you're kind of shocked to you see that star sitting there, and she has a smile on her face, and she gets up and she opens her arms, and she like wants to, you know what I mean? Like finally you guys are alone. She's been waiting to actually show how she really feels while you're there.
So you're like I am now. I like going.
I was scared for a while, but yeah, and she hugs you and she whispers, she's like, I'm just so happy to be with you. I realize that like now we can be together for eternity. And like nothing could destroy us, and we're gonna live forever together. Do you understand what I mean? And she pulls you by the shoulder and smiles, and you see like tears of joy, like red tears are coming down.
I'm happy, but I'm also a little concerned. This is my internal monologue here. I'll give her a hug and I'll say, "Did you have any idea what I was until you were turned over, or what?"
And as she's holding you, as you guys are embracing again, you know what I mean? She whispers in your ear, she's like, I do now, and I'll know everything about you. And she puts her fangs into your neck. And at first, you're kind of like taken aback, and then you feel like a sense of pleasure.
Yeah.
Like kind of, you know what I mean? Overwhelm you.
Yeah.
And as you're sitting there, and as you're sitting there in the moment, and you feel this pleasure, like gently, like just cascading. It's like almost like an ocean, and the waves like keep washing over and over you. All of a sudden you start like seeing like pictures of like being a little girl, like a point of view from when you were a little girl, and like running like in a field of like yellow like flowers as your father is laughing and talking to you in Greek behind you. And then you have like another memory of like when recital, and you look and you see your mother like crying and out of happiness and joy. Or another like when you're 15, 16 and you're sitting there and you're already been accepted into the University of Minnesota, and you realize, just like what you're capable of. And another of when you first met Elaine and just like being able to talk for hours and hours and feeling like you finally found someone who you understood. And as you're sitting there inside of your internal monologue, you're realizing that like this pleasure should have really have stopped a while ago, but it keeps going. And your pleasure is almost like replaced with a sense of like separation. And you feel yourself separating from your body for a little bit. And you see a light, and it's almost like this light that's greeting you. And you feel like you can almost feel like your father who's dead and your mother who's dead on the other end. And you feel this sense of joy because you feel like that you're going towards them. And as you get this feeling, all of a sudden, a sense of dread and panic hits you because you realize that you're not able to reach them. And you feel yourself getting pulled down, and you feel this darkness is coming and enveloping you. And all of a sudden, it goes down, and you're just trying to reach, and you're trying to get to that light again as it grows distance and more distance from you. And then all of a sudden, and cut to the scene, and you see Ophelia just turn to dust, has Star standing there, left with this dust, and I'm going to explain all this out of character. As you see, as she sits there and she closes her eyes, and you see tears come down her eyes more, she picks up Ophelia's phone, and she's typing out a message on her phone, and she hits send, and then she goes to the computer, and she starts typing out an email. And on this computer screen, you see, I think that the G are finally realizing what we're doing here. I just saw D come across here, and he threatened me. And he threatened one of my workers, and now I'm thinking that he might be watching me at this moment. I think it's time that you come to the city here. Please come. It is time. I think it has gone way out of hand. You hit enter. At that moment, as you guys get back to your domains, your havens, your phone all chirp. This is about a half hour to sunrise, and you see a message from Ophelia. Go to the group text, and you see I think Dunstern is on to me. I don't know what's going on. He came by my club, and now I think I see him outside of my door. I can't stop myself from falling asleep. Please help! Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. As you guys are all looking over this email here, or over the text message, Jonathan, you're reading like, what the fuck is this shit? And you're feeling like the urge to go to sleep. And all of a sudden, as you're sitting there, you hear from your basement like a high-pitched scream of Cynthia screaming, "No, she's dead!"
Hello, folks. Have you ever wished you could have an easy way to find gameplay videos and podcasts, or just media in general that deals with your favorite White Wolf role-playing games? Or have you ever wished you could find a forum to share gameplay that you have recorded, one which wouldn't be drowned out by random posts and discussion, so that your media could get the attention you want? Well, we have the answer for you in a Facebook group we run called White Wolf RPGs Gameplay and Media. The group is specifically ran with the sole intent of it being a one-stop shop for people to view or share media involving the games we all love. We take thorough steps to ensure the page does not become cluttered and is easy to traverse. We are currently over 1,000 members strong, and we are continuing to rapidly grow, with new media being shared every day. Stop on by. We hope to see you there.